Haribol. This is
Haribol.
text 11, translation.
Mm.
The demigods, being pleased by sacrifices, will also please you. Thus, nourishing one another, there will reign general prosperity for all. Purport. The demigods are empowered administrators of material affairs. The supply of air, light, water, and all other benedictions for maintaining the body and soul of every living entity are entrusted to the demigods, who are innumerable assistants in different parts of the body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Their pleasures and displeasures are dependent on the performance of yajna by the human being. Some of the yajna are meant to satisfy particular demigods, but even in so doing, Lord Vishnu is worshipped in all yajna as the chief beneficiary. It is stated also in the Bhagavad Gita that Krishna himself is the beneficiary of all kinds of yajna, yajna, bhokta, bhoktaram, yajna, tapasam. Therefore, ultimate satisfaction of the Yajnapati is the chief purpose of the Yajna. When these Yajna are performed or perfectly performed, naturally the demigods in charge of the different departments of supply are pleased, and there is no scarcity in the supply of natural products. Performance of yajna has many side benefits, ultimately leading to liberation from the material bondage. By performance of yajna, all activities become purified, as it is stated in the Veda. Ahara shuddhav, sattva shuddhav. Okay, I will skip this. As it will be explained in the following verse, by performance of yajna, one's eatables become sanctified, and by eating sanctified foodstuffs, one very existence becomes purified. By the purification of existence, finer tissues in the memory become sanctified, and when memory is sanctified, one can think of the path of liberation, and all these combined together lead to Krishna consciousness, the great necessity of present day society. Haribol.
Haribol, thank you very much, Mr. Praveen. Yeah, so here Krishna tells Arjuna about the necessity of yajna. No? If a person wants to achieve some type of material blessings, yeah, they can perform yajnas to the demigods like that. Um, Sacrifice. Yajna means sacrifice. Yeah, so they can offer some food stuff, they can offer money, they can offer their talents like that. No, the these are called yajnas. And when these demigods become pleased, they also bless you with bless uh, the offerer material blessings. Mm. But ultimately, all yajnas are there to satisfy Krishna. This is specified in all the revealed scriptures, uh, especially the Vedanta Sutras, that um, that um, when you offer something to Krishna, it's like watering the root. No, if there is a tree, you water the tree, you water the root of the tree automatically, even without touching the branches, the leaves, uh, and the different parts of the tree, but without touching them, only the root. What happens is that all the nutrients of that water will go up, yeah, and start to nourish all the different parts of the tree. So similarly, Krishna is the root of everything. He is the cause of all causes, and he is the benefactor of everyone, especially those who who try to please him like this. So pleasing the demigods actually, uh, indirectly, they are also pleasing Krishna. Now, the question is, sir, would we forget Krishna and just offer our offerings to the demigods? No. Krishna says that in the Bhagavad Gita also that he is, uh, if you want to really uh, please Krishna, whatever you do, whatever you offer, whatever talents you have, whatever monies you have, etc., must be done uh, for the pleasure of Krishna. So, when Krishna is pleased, everybody gets pleased also. When Krishna is pleased, everybody is pleased. In a sense that um, they will have people who are perhaps even materialists and atheists, they will have the opportunity to serve Krishna in the future. So that is the power or the potency of serving Krishna. When you serve Krishna, you are pleased, the demigods are pleased, everybody is pleased. When you water the root of the tree, all of the different parts of the tree gets pleased also. Yeah. So although it is not um, it is not although it is not advised to serve the demigods. Nevertheless, if you serve the demigods, you also get benefited by it. You also get benefited, even just by serving the demigods. But as we see in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying that instead of like instead of you serving the demigods, why don't you serve me? Krishna says that, especially the story of Lord, uh, especially when we get to see the story of Lord Indra, for instance. Lord Indra uh, did stop the uh, the village of Vrindavan. They stopped him. They stopped them. He actually stopped them from offering uh, food stuff, from offering their strength, etc., to the Govardhan here. They, he thinks that Govardhan is just a is just another type of heel. So he felt very angry. He felt jealous by it. He told the residents that because of that, I'm going to inundate your village with water. So, he flooded the entire uh, Vrindavan with water, with rains, etc. Not knowing that it was the the wish. It was the wish of Krishna being there as a little boy. He wanted he wanted them, okay, to worship Govardhan because Govardhan represents himself. Govardhan Hill represents Krishna as Giridhari. Giridhari. Yeah. So he didn't, in other words, even if you are a demigods, even if you're a demigod, a very powerful at that, yeah, like Indra is called the king of the heavens. He's called, you know, a very uh, a very highly respected demigods in the heavenly planets because he's the king of the heavenly planets. Even he himself gets confused when uh, he tries to he tries to defy Krishna, and when he tries to um, question the wisdom of Krishna. So he didn't know that until Krishna uh, we know that Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill with his little finger like this, yeah, and saved all the inhabitants of Vrindavan, including the animals, yeah. And even though Indra became very very offended, he threw a lot of damage to the hill, yeah. He threw he threw thunderstorms. He threw lightning. He threw all his uh, weapons in the hill and ordered the uh, Sambartaka um, clouds to inundate Govardhan and Vrindavan. Yeah, even though he did all the things that he wanted to do to punish the inhabitants, yeah, he couldn't. He was very surprised. Who is this little boy? Why are you listening to him? Yeah, he's just a little boy. He totally forgot about Krishna being his boss. Krishna is his boss. He's the supreme personality of Godhead, and he is the worshipful Lord of all the demigods. He totally forgot about it. But when Krishna showed his power by saving all uh, the animals and individuals right there, no, he came into his senses and personally descended and bowed down to Krishna and offered his humble obeisances. So sometimes great people or great minds become very puffed up. Puffed up. Puffed up means proud. They become so proud upon their you know their intelligence, their strength, um, their mystic powers, etc. They become so proud about it that sometimes they forget Krishna. And this actually happened not only with King Indra, but with so many different personalities in the past. Yeah. So uh, Krishna here is giving a chance to the materialists and even atheists. If you cannot serve me directly, you can still serve the demigods. Yeah. And the demigods will ultimately give you also material blessings like this. So um, Krishna loves us all. Krishna loves his devotees, and he also loves his non devotees. But when you talk about the law of spiritual love, his love for his devotees are unconditional. In other words, his love for his devotees cannot be compared with a demon. Krishna also loves the demons. Yeah, but the demons and the devotees of Krishna, if you're going to compare uh, their devotion to Krishna, this one, the devotees, they devote all their time to please Krishna. The demons, they devote all their time to ignore Krishna. But nevertheless, Krishna loves both of them. But in the law of spiritual love, of course, Krishna is very, very much close to his devotees. So even though a person may not have direct service to Krishna, they can still serve Krishna by way of serving the demigods. Yeah. Okay. Our next reader, please. George, would you like to read that, please? Janner?
Herbal, sir.
Haribol.
Continuation. In charge of the various necessities of life, the demigods, being satisfied by the performance of yajna, supply all necessities to man. But he who enjoys this gift without offering them to the demigods in return is certainly a thief. Purport. The demigods are authorized supplying agent on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. Therefore, they must be satisfied by the performance prescribed yajnas. In the Vedas, there are different kinds of yajnas prescribed for different kinds of demigods, but all are ultimately offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For one who cannot understand what the Personality of Godhead is, sacrifice to the demigods is recommended. According to the different material qualities of the persons concerned, different types of yajnas are recommended in the Vedas. Worship of different demigods is also on the same basis, namely, according to different qualities. For example, meat eaters are recommended to worship the goddess Kali, the ghastly form of material nature, and before the goddess, the sacrifice of animals is recommended. But for those who are in the mode of goodness, the transcendental worship of Vishnu is recommended. But ultimately, all yajnas are meant for gradual promotion in the transcendental position. For ordinary men, at least 5 yajnas, known as Pancha Mahayajna, are necessary. One should know, however, that all the necessities of life that the human society requires all supplied by the demigods, agents of the Lord. No one can manufacture anything. Take, for example, all the eatables of human society. These eatables include grains, fruits, vegetables, milk, sugar, etc. For the persons in the mode of goodness, and also eatables for the non-vegetarians like meats, etc., none of which can be manufactured by men. Then again, take for example heat, light, water, air, etc., which are also necessities of life. None of them can be manufactured by human society. Without the Supreme Lord, there can be no profuse sunlight, moonlight, rainfall, breeze, etc., without which no one can live. Obviously, our life is dependent on the supplies of the Lord. Even for our manufacturing enterprises, we require so many raw materials like metal, sulfur, mercury, manganese, and so many essentials, all of which are supplied by the agents of the Lord, with the purpose that we should make proper use of them to keep ourselves fit and healthy for the purpose of for the purpose of self-realization, leading to ultimate goal of life, namely liberation from the material struggle of existence. This aim of life is attained by the performance of yajna. If we forget the purpose of human life, simply take the supplies from the agents of the Lord for sense gratification, and become more and more entangled in the material existence, which is not the purpose of creation, certainly we become thieves, and therefore we are punished by the laws of material nature. A society of thieves can never be happy because they have no aim in life. The gross materialists, thieves, have no ultimate goal of life. They are simply directed to sense gratification, nor do they have knowledge of how to perform yajnas. Lord Chaitanya, however, inaugurated the easiest performance of yajna, namely the Sankirtan yajna, which can be performed by anyone in the world who accepts the principle of Krishna consciousness. Arbol, sir.
Haribol, I must say thank you very much, Jana. So here, again, Krishna points out to the necessity of, you know, offering offering to a higher power. If one happens to be an atheist or a materialist, somebody who doesn't accept Krishna as a supreme personality of Godhead, but at the same time accepts the higher power of the universe like that, you know, because there are so many people who do not accept the existence of God, the supreme living entity. Yeah, but they do accept the power of the universe, the power of nature. They do accept that. They're saying that it is actually a fact that, it is a higher type of laws, the laws of material nature. So if you happen to be that kind of a person, Krishna also gives the right, the right practice, the right practice for them to slowly come to uh, a point of self-realization. In other words, they won't become worst as far as their materialistic mind is concerned. At least they are given the chance to elevate themselves, no, from being a materialist to somebody who at least come into terms of knowing that we are not a supreme controller, but there is somebody that controls everything. They may call it a higher power, or they may call it the nature, etc. So for this type of people, Krishna gives them the recommended process of just offering everything to the demigods. Yeah, and when the demigods become pleased, they also become pleased. Actually, everybody in the world is dependent upon the mercy of the demigods. But ultimately, it is Krishna who uh, is giving all these blessings. Without Krishna, the demigods are nothing, really. But Krishna is so merciful that he allows, his demigods uh, to receive gifts or offerings from from people in general, so they may elevate themselves into further spiritual realization, like that. So, uh, in any aspect of life in this world, we are all dependent. We are all dependent upon the mercy of the demigods. But of course, the Vaishnavas, the devotees, understand very well that all of this ultimately comes from Krishna. Like uh, you talk about the food that we eat, the vegetables, the fruits, okay? The roots of the tree, Okay, and all types of eatables. Man cannot create. We cannot create, let's say, uh, even just a lowly tomatoes, for instance. We cannot create that by our own way, or like we create we create that from a laboratory, etc. We cannot do that. We cannot do that. We still need the help of the demigods or Krishna ultimately, who gives us the power to think properly, who gives us blesses us with intelligence. Isn't it? It's Krishna. Krishna, Krishna is the one blessing us. Huwag maingay ha. I have a class. So, uh, Krishna here is actually giving us all the opportunity to be able to be spiritually inclined, because he knows that uh, if we just simply follow our whims, yeah, and not have any type of regulation at all, uh, that we will suffer. We are already suffering, as it is right now in the world. We're already suffering. But because Krishna's love for us is unconditional, he doesn't want us to see suffering more and more in this world. He gives us the opportunity to get out from the quagmire of material existence. Yeah. So, wala na muna kayo sa taas. Thank you. Okay. Next reader, please. Florence, would you like to read, Florence?
Haribol, namaste, sir. Haribol, namaste, sir.
Haribo. Namaste.
May ubo kasi ako, sir. So,
Paano?
I have a cough, sir. So, medyo, ang ko.
You have a class?
I have a cough, sir. May ubo. So,
A
nangat
cough?
yung, yes, sir. Oo.
But so you cannot read.
Hindi masyado, sir.
Okay
Yung
lang.
so, sorry,
let
sir.
me call, let me call Elinet. Elinet.
Haribo, namaste.
Hold on,
Saan na
ha.
tayo?
Haribol. Uh, Rama. Haribol. Rama. Rama. Haribol. Sandali lang kayo muna. Dali lang. Let me just Go ahead, Elinette. Pasensya na ha. I had to control some of the noise behind me.
Haribo, namaste. Text 13. The
Mm.
devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is offered first for sacrifice. Others who prepare food for personal sense enjoyment verily eat only sin. The devotees of the Lord, or the persons who are in Krishna consciousness, are called santas, and they are always in love with the Lord, as it is described in Brahma Samhita 5:38. The santas, being always in a compact of love with the Lord, with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, the giver of all pleasures, or Mukunda, the giver of liberation, or Krishna, the all-attractive person, cannot accept anything without first offering it to the Supreme Person. Therefore, such devotees always perform yajnas in different modes of devotional service, such as Ravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Archanam, and others. And these performances of yajnas keep them always aloof from all kinds of contamination of sinful association in the material world. Others who prepare food for self or sense gratification are not only thieves, but also the eaters of all kinds of sins. How can a person be happy if he is both a thief and a sinful? It is not possible. Therefore, in order for people to become happy in all respects, they must be taught to perform the easy process of Sankirtan Yajna in full Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, there can be no peace or happiness in the world. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you very much, Elinette. So ultimately, we all need yajnas or sacrifice. But the greatest sacrifice as offered by Lord Chaitanya to us when he came down 500 years ago is the ultimate yajna, ultimate sacrifice. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Vishnu. The regular hearing and chanting of Krishna's names. That is the most powerful mantra, the most powerful yajna in this day and age. In this day and age of Kali Yuga, that is the most powerful. Yeah. And this is the recommended process for self-realization in this day and age. Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. Although we can still offer food stuff to Krishna in our altar like this, uh, that is still part of Sravanam Kirtanam. Yeah. We offer our food stuff, anything in which we eat, we offer it. And that becomes uh, transcendental. In other words, it becomes Krishnaized. Yeah, it becomes very, very not only pure, but it is all purifying, and it is actually none different from Krishna's name. Prasadam, food offered to Krishna, is Krishna also. So that when you partake of the food that is offered to Krishna, it will free you from karma. It will free you from karmic reactions. On the other hand, if a person simply um, enjoys the fruit of his action, yeah, anything that he eats, anything that he acquires in this world, if he's just going to serve his own senses, okay, if he's going to just serve his own senses and not bother to offer it to the Lord, yeah, he verily eats sin only. It is it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita that verily you will only eat sin. Why would you do the same, let's say the same fruit, mango fruit here. This mango fruit is offered by the devotee to Krishna. Now this mango fruit that you eat, it will purify you, and it will not have any economic reaction. Dali lang. Yeah, hold on a minute. Right. Sorry. Ah, it's very difficult when you're, like when I go to different places, I cannot control the environment. I cannot control the environments. So my apologies to everyone. Okay. So the the food that we eat, when we offer it to Krishna, it becomes purified, and it will actually help a person achieve self-realization. Not only achieving of self-realization, but more than that, it helps a person develop his loving relationship with the Supreme Lord Krishna. Yeah, with self-realization, you can have self-realization by realizing that you are spirit, not matter. The impersonalists are are self-realized also, but they are not God realized. In other words, they can be self-realization, but not be able to have or develop a loving relationship with Krishna, which is the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal really is to have a loving relationship with Krishna, so that uh, when one leaves the world, automatically, your consciousness, that of Krishna, your consciousness becomes Krishna consciousness. Yeah, and it will help you propel yourself from the material existence to the spiritual world. And this actually is the promise of Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, he declares that my devotees, upon leaving their bodies, their present bodies, will come to me and shall never ever return to this material world, to this miserable world. Yeah. So that is the promise made by Krishna, and the devotees take that promise to heart. They just simply serve Krishna. They simply want to please him. So everything that they do, everything that they think, and everything that they plan to do, they offer it all to Krishna. Yeah. The Bhagavad Gita is divided into three major parts. Three major parts. The first 6 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita, it's called Karma Yoga, right? Karma Yoga, action in Krishna consciousness here. Karma Yoga. And then the last 6 chapters, because it's all 18 chapters. Okay. The first six chapters is called Karma Yoga. The last 6 chapters, it is called Jnana Yoga. Jnana. Okay. The analytical study of of matter and life. But in the middle, chapters 7 to 12, that is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the 6 chapters. In the middle is what is known as Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga. Why is it in the middle? Bhakti Yoga is in the middle. Because if a person understands his real nature as a spiritual being, okay, he understands it very well and understands that whatever he does by way of action, okay, karma yoga, when he offers everything to the satisfaction of Krishna, okay, then that is the goal of life already. And then when you reach the middle portion, that's bhakti yoga. Krishna says that this is the most confidential knowledge. This is the secret of all secrets. This is the ultimate knowledge that one has to achieve. Love for God. So from here to here, you may already become perfect. You don't necessarily have to go there. You will already become perfect just by these 12 chapters. This is the way Krishna arranged the Bhagavad Gita, so that his devotees will be able to become perfect in their lives, if they are just simply sincere. So sincerity is the key to spiritual success. That is the key to spiritual success, sincerity. One has to be sincere in his spiritual journey. Yeah. So even if you are not perfect in a way, even if you are not even if you don't have any special type of intellect, yeah, even if you're an illiterate, but when you have the heart of a devotee, that is enough. Because after all, love for Krishna is the goal of life. When you have love for Krishna, everything is possible. Everything is possible. Everything will be fixed, and you shall be able to actually swim across the ocean of material existence. All right, so we will stop here at the moment. If you have any questions, you may ask. Janner, just note it down kung saan tayo nag-stop. So we can, okay, so we can continue our discussion next Saturday. May question kayo? Do you have any questions? Yes. No questions? Shani, would you like to do the exit kirtan? Shani?
Haribol, sir. Wait lang, sir. Krishna. Haribol. Gamit na ako, sir, ng percussion. Haribol. Namaho Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Sita Swarupananda Ramahamsa Nami Namostira Swarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prastayate Patra Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur 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 Hari Bol Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Nitai Gaur Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Nitai Gaur 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 Gauranga 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 Hari Bol Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana 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 Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Jaya Ganga Jaya Jaya Gauranga Jaya Jaya, Gurudev, Jaya Jaya, Nitai Gaur, Jaya Jaya, Gurudev, Jaya Jaya, Nitai Gaur, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan, Shri Govinda, Gopinata Madana, Mohana Nityananda, Haribo Gauranga, Haribo Nityananda, Haribo Gauranga, Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, 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 Haribo, Nityananda, Haribo, Gauranga, Haribo, Nanda, Haribo, Gauranga, Haribo, Nityananda, Haribo, Gauranga, Haribo, Nityananda, Haribo, Gauranga, Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Haribo, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Gurudev, 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 Haribo, Gurudev, 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 Haribo, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Namaste Narasimhaya Praladadadayene Hiranyakashipurvaksha Shilatankanakalaya Ito Nrsimha Parato Nrsimho Yato Yamitato Nrsimha Bahin Nrsimho Hridayi Nrsimho Nrsimha Madhim Sharanam Prapadai Tavakaratam Alevarenakam Adbhuta Shringham Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Kashavatrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Haribol Krishna, maraming salamat.
Thank you very much, Sharni, for the exit kirtan. Maraming salamat. I would like to thank everyone for participating and the readers also. Thank you very much sa inyo. I would like to thank my uh, co-admin, the Kabanlig family, Janner Kabanlig and his family. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Haribo.
sir. Hare Krishna.
Haribo. Also, I would like to thank sino ko pa? Yeah, everyone for participation. Maraming salamat. So, have a blessed weekend, everyone. I'll see you again on Saturday for our continuation of Bhagavad Gita. Thank you very much. Jaya Shri Krishna, Jaya Nitai Gaur. Haribol.
Haribol!
Haribol.
Haribol, Isaac and family.
Haribol!
Haribol, Florence and Joe, maraming salamat.
Horrible, sir.
Ma'am Ines, thank you very much too. Yeah. Mr. Pravin, maraming salamat sa iyo.
Maraming salamat po.
Yoli, thank you very much. Okay, so I hope that I was able to name everyone here. Elinet and your family, maraming salamat. Thank you, thank you.
Horrible.
Jai Krishna, Haribol. So, nasa ba tayo? Oh, ito? Okay. Jai Krishna, Haribol. Ingat po kayo lahat.